Hello! Welcome to the floor plan of the Sunnyvale Public Library. The library moved to this building in 1988. Before teen or young adult spaces were considered an important part of the library, or even considered at all. This photograph shows the map of the current library. There was a major library renovation in 1988. The renovation cut a hole in the wall for the children's service desk. Previously, the teen library was very isolated, and the children's service desk was out of eyesight for the teen area. The renovations allowed librarians to see when a teen required some assistance. There seems to never have been a teen service person available. Teens are encouraged to either go to the children's service desk or the main service and research desk for help. Here is the first access point teens will see when entering the Sunnyvale Library. Through the archway is a big square room with 5 other archways, 2 sets of which are close together. If you try to visualize the room as made up of by 2 by 2 squares, the teen space is predominantly in the upper left-hand side of the big square room. This archway looks in from the far bottom right square, at the very bottommost edge. The teen space has to share library space with other collections. Just inside this archway, facing us, are the children's DVDs. Here is a better photo of what is visible through the archway we just looked at. On the back left side, you can see 2 more brick archways, one after the other. In between them is what the library map calls the atrium. This photo was taken down the length of the atrium. To the left would be the brick archway leading back to the teen area. It actually is one of the places where 2 archways are close together. Directly past the 2 black twirling bookshelves is the second archway. These bookshelves in the atrium house teen paperback fiction. To the right is quiet reading spaces with desks and non-fiction books. Behind me is the children's section. Let's take a little detour and talk about bits of the children's department. First off, they obviously have more signage than the teen department. In photo 2, there is a sign indicating where the teen area was located. Until seeing that sign, I was not sure that there was signage for the teen space. On the left side of this colorful arch is the children's service desk. This photograph was taken in front of the children's service desk and towards the teen area. In the middle ground can be seen a printer and some of the computers for use by the children. We will see that area from another angle later on. In the background, there is another brick archway access point. This one also has 2 close together archways. These ones are at right angles from each other and not next to one another. We will come back to this archway you can't see later on. I have now mentioned 5 of the 6 access points into the teen area. This photo is taken looking through the 6th access point into the teen area. It is located just to the right of the children's service desk. So the service desk is currently to our left. To the right is the location where I took the photo of the atrium. From this angle can be seen some of the children's computers on the left, the teens' computers far in the back, and the children's graphic novel area on the right. The teen graphic novels are behind the wall that Superman is located on. This photograph looks back at the vantage point of the previous photo. Here, the teen graphic novel area is visible. These lower shelves house part of the teen collection. In this library, teens are defined as from 6th grade to 12th grade, as can be seen from the sign. I asked the Sunnyvale teen librarian about how computers are enforced to be just for certain age groups. She said that users had to log in with their library card, which has how old they are. So children's computers are for ages 8 to 12. And teen computers are for ages 13 to 17. This sign is located near the teen computers. This is a better photo of some of the children's computers. That light gray machine is the other side of the printer, which we saw earlier. It is located towards the back of the children's service desk area. The archway we are looking at is the first archway we looked towards the teen area from. It is the closest archway to the entrance of the Sunnyvale Library. This photo is taken looking back where we just were. It is about 10 feet in front of the archway that we just were looking at. It gives a view of both the teen and children's graphic novel areas, as well as some of the children's computer area.
If we step back 5 feet or so and look to the right, we would see the children's DVDs. If we look to the left, we would see some shelves holding junior fiction, a computer for doing a catalog search, and part of a brick archway way in the background. That archway is the one we could see from in front of the children's service desk. It is part of the pair of archways that are at right angles to each other. If we move forward 10 feet, back to where the previous photo was taken, and look to the left, we see the actual beginnings of the teen space. All these shelves on the right side of the photo are for teen books. Let's take a closer look. Going up to the entrance of the opening in the shelves, we see the seating area and teen computers. Zooming in on the right, we find the teen book recommendation lists. The teen librarian I talked to said that making book recommendations was her favorite part of her job. Most of these lists cater solely to teens, but the Timeless Classic list has different sections for children, teens, and adults. The teen librarian said that these lists are not only to help the teens themselves, but to assist any other librarians in helping teens. The teen librarian is continuously reading teen books and updating her recommendation lists. Other librarians are not expected to have such knowledge, and are so provided with the lists to help them serve the teen patrons. Looking back to the left, we have the teen nonfiction books, as well as the new teen books. There is a to-be-colored-in poster, which teens are encouraged to draw on. We are now going on another detour, and looking at the access point that is closest to the customer service desk for the whole library. This photograph was taken from the other side of the long shelf that was in the previous picture. Hopefully, the plant will help orient you. We are looking out into more of the library. Here is a closer photograph of the main customer service desk. This is one of the places teens can go if they need help. This photograph is taken looking back towards the teen area. Here is the main furniture that the teens will be using. They, of course, are allowed in the rest of the library. Much of the desks and chairs in the rest of the library are in quiet zones. These tables and computers have signs saying that they are for teens only. Some of the tables also have signs saying, quote, "This table is reserved from 3:45 to 6 p.m. for Sunnyvale study buddies." This space seems intended to be used as a reading and study space. Teen closeness, like might be found in a classroom, is allowed. A greater number of tables, paired with chairs, indicate a more studious than relaxed nature. All of the chairs, except for the computer chairs, seem in a more shared space, and less for teens who want to be alone. If they wanted to be more solitary, they should seek out the quiet zones of the library. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the teen collection. As I have shown, it is mostly in the large square room or just off of it, so it is very accessible regarding the placement. However, the teens do have to share the space. There are some children's resources, computers, DVDs, and graphic novels, which share the space in the great room. Some language collection items are also housed there. They are located on the 2 shelves which bracket the side-by-side computers with the very blue screens. The teen librarian told me that the teen section, once it was added, always had to share space. She said the area was somewhat of a hodgepodge, but efforts are currently being made to make it more teen-friendly. Regarding how teens customize their space, the teen librarian I talked to mentioned that one patron often sprawled or put his feet on tables. She also mentioned that the library was planning on acquiring some new furniture. She has the goal of preventing teens from sprawling, sleeping, or expressing too much PDA. So, with that in mind, she ordered a set of 4 seats. These seats will be back-to-back and look kind of like a cloverleaf. They each will have a small desk, either attached to them or almost like an end table. The seating would be comfortable and durable. The teen librarian also mentioned that they're going to replace these tables and chairs with others similar to the ones in the library elsewhere. These are the chairs the teen librarian wants to order more of. The chairs would be this bluish-green color, which in the photo look more on the blue end of the spectrum. I believe they would be the ones without the wheels, unlike the black-backed chair in the background. This is one of the quiet areas that I mentioned before. The tables that would go with the new teen chairs would be different than these tables. They would be more like these tables, a bit smaller and on wheels. These tables are movable and they fold up. Now that you have a more concrete idea of the space, let's look back at the map of the Sunnyvale Public Library. The teen area is right in the middle of the library. It shares space with other collections and is somewhat of an access point for other collections. I've walked past many times to get to the nonfiction section. In contrast, I feel that the children's section is more isolated because it does not have ways to get in. It's not as centrally located, nor is it the most convenient way to access some of the collections. I'm sure there are reasons for the placement of the children's section, but as this is a class focused on teens and not on children, I will move on. The teen space is less secluded than the children's space. It is smaller and has a less of a feeling that it is actually its own space. The teen space almost feels like it could be moved to another part of the library with little problem, aside from the difficulty of moving and reorganizing all the shelves. Let me conclude by saying thank you for going on this tour with me. I hope it was enjoyable.